Since repealing Roe v. Wade, the question of LGBTQ rights and reproductive justice has become relevant. We must continue to pay attention to the issues brought up by the Supreme Court and potential struggles on the horizon. In Obergefell versus Hodges, groups of same-sex couples sued agencies in Ohio, Michigan, Kentucky, and Tennessee to challenge the constitutionality of those states' bans on same-sex marriage or refusal to recognize legal same-sex marriages that occurred in jurisdictions that provided for such marriages. The court held that the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment guarantees the right to marry as one of the fundamental liberties it protects, and that analysis applies to same-sex couples in the same manner it does to opposite-sex couples. These fundamental liberties may soon be under attack. Obergefell versus Hodges rest on some of the same legal argument as Roe v. Wade, one being the right of privacy, inherent in the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment. With the Dobbs decision overturning Roe v. Wade, Obergefell could be next. In Justice Clarence Thomas's concurring Dobbs opinion, he said, "In future cases, we should reconsider all of this court's substantive due process precedents, including Griswold, Lawrence, and Obergefell, because any substantive due process decision is demonstrably erroneous." Freedom Road Socialist Organization on LGBTQ Liberation. The anti-LGBT attacks from the state have shown that the meager legislative gains in the past period were not only a false promise of safety, but also not even a permanent one. Equal rights in marriage, laws against housing and employment discrimination, these were concessions made by the monopoly capitalists and forced by the people's movements that paper over the fight for full equality and liberation that still rages on. The limited access or outright denial of vital health care for trans people, the homelessness faced disproportionately by LGBTQ youth, and education that hides the full history and humanity of LGBT people in our public school system. This is what we mean by a lack of equality and why the fight continues. Our task is in building a mass movement that is rooted in grassroots struggle that is bold enough to demand real and sweeping changes. Taking back pride is recognizing that power comes from the people. We are not abandoning the fight for full equality and an end to all oppression. If you're on Twitter, please go share these slides and give Freedom Road a follow if you haven't already. At freedomroad.org, Revolution, Socialism, Liberation. We are a national organization of revolutionaries fighting for socialism in the United States. FRSO runs at Fight Back News. Solidarity, comrades.